All right. Welcome back. We are back again. Finally, I'm freshly married, so I do not need, or I am now finally back where I live. I was gone for the wedding, but now we are back to being able to stream again. And so here I am. Did my mouse sensitivity go all weird? I don't know. But yeah, we're back. I can continue working. I'm glad to be back. We did this change here because I was doing a little bit of work on my Mac. I made it so you could set it to like really low render scale. So I can change it to low graphics or back, which is nice because on my Mac it ran terribly. But let me get my links posted here. Whoops. I just turned off my music. There we go. Okay, let me get my YouTube. I didn't even have my YouTube stream pulled up. Oh, why did that happen? Okay. Hopefully it pulls up my chat correctly. Man, it's been a minute, so I'm clearly out of... I've lost my my touch. Okay, here we go. Okay. I have my chats pulled up. My YouTube chat doesn't even really look like it's working, but maybe it'll start. Anyway, I got to post these links in the Discord. Copy those, paste that, blip, blip, blip. Okay, Discord just crashed. Nice. Whatever. Seems like it worked. Okay. All right. So the one thing that I was thinking is we could add our giant creatures that I wanted to add, which I'm realizing now with this amount of fog, it might be kind of difficult to even see them. I do like how the fog looks like this, but let's take a look here. Okay. What if we do 0.01? That is maybe 0.015. I should probably make it so these guys don't just always chase you around. Okay. That is pretty good. Now we can also, we're going to arrange this level quite a bit differently. So, because you are going to be kind of going up a mountain. So that will change things. But I think this level of fog is pretty good. You can still see it when you throw the light. And everything's pretty dark. Oh, I still need to put these on a different rendering layer. The tools and stuff. That's okay. Real quick, what I also could do is I could add in my my performance overlay plugin, just so we have that there. Okay. Yeah, so I have this right here. This performance overlay thing that I made. So I can just download this and add it in. I mean, I literally already have this downloaded, so what am I doing? We'll do this. Go to my Dark Forest, go to add-ons, and then we're going to do a new thing here. Go to my Godot games, go to DS Performance Inventory or Overlay, copy this. Copy. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, it looks like we have on Twitch we got an ad break starting in about 3 minutes. Just adds up. Okay, so now we have this. Now we can go to our player, do something like this. Instantiate. We need DS overlay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up to there. Process time, physics times total objects, primitives, draw calls. Okay. Is that right here? Or was it right here? FPS, okay. We're just gonna delete that. We can also delete this. And we can actually do this here. DS overlay, whoops. DS overlay, go here, take this, delete. Okay. Scene manager will have this. Input. We can do something like project settings, input map, toggle, performance, overlay. Okay. Event dot is action pressed. Toggle performance overlay. Sweet. Then we can do this. ds overlay dot visible equals ds overlay dot visible, the opposite of that. Shadylay, what's up? We devin some? Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay, we have that. It's hard to see, so we can change the font size, or font color. I think, did we have a text color? Okay. Let's do that. Save. This should make it a little easier to see. Okay, nice. We have draw calls there. 850. We have a lot of draw calls. Primitives, we got millions, which is kind of crazy. Physics time, process time. Okay. Right now we have, let's go to project settings and let's go to FPS, run, max FPS. We're gonna do that, close, save, and let's see what happens. Just gaming as always. How are you, dude? I'm doing good. Literally just got married like last week. So just getting settled back into life again. My wife is not here at the moment, but yeah, got married, and now I'm back to streaming. Couldn't hold off too long. Okay, so primitives we have a ton on, which is wild because this is a low poly game. I'm wondering if it's just purely the grass. Because let's see what happens if I go to forest. Proton scatter grass. Okay, let's hide that. Okay, we're still at 1.6 mil. Okay, so what is doing all these primitives? Okay, we're going to do that. Nav geometry, proton scatter. We're going to get rid of all the trees. Okay, 1.6 still. With no trees. Okay, let's do no rock formations. 1.2, 1.6 still. Let's do ground with stream. Okay, ground with stream seems to be the one. Let's go back to ground with stream. We're gonna go here. This mesh instance, we're gonna hide that. Okay, we're gonna go back to forest. We're gonna add back in our proton scatter, our rock formations. Okay, now we're at like 460. So it's really just water then? That's doing like 500,000 primitives? Okay, interesting. Whoa, we just jumped up 300 grand there. Blip. 300,000. And what if I just take away the ground stream? Okay, that doesn't do much. Stones. Not all that much. Take away the grass. Still at like 400,000. Still a ton of draw calls too. I think that's because these instances, or these trees are all instances. Sky 3D, can we hide that? Not really. Why does it just not have a visibility thing? Okay, so if we just take away the water, then it does that. Is my voice clipping heavily? It seems like it is. I'm going to reduce my... Yeah, maybe. Reduce my gain, I suppose. We will see. Maybe like that. But then, okay, I'm not peeking, it doesn't seem like over there. Hopefully I'm still hearable without being way too loud. If I am, just tell me. Okay, so literally, it looks like the moment I add back in water, then we've got a billion of these primitives. Well, about 600,000 primitives. Because we are 1,000 by 1,000, so that's 100,000, right? What happens when I do 100 by 100? Okay, now we're at 5. All right. We've also made this way bigger than it really needs to be. So we could do like 150. By 400. Let's do 200. Okay, so then we can do 50 by 100 there. Oh yeah, way less. When we jump over here, our draw calls go way up. I think that's just purely from our buildings. Because our buildings probably have a lot of draw calls because there's a lot of different meshes. Yeah, we can jump almost to 600 there. If I do something like this. I'll probably just add in a ton of draw calls this way. Hey! Hyper Game Dev, good to see you again. Thank you for the raid. Raid of 24. How's it going, everyone? We have just gotten back to work on our game here. Double platform raid. Oh, I just saw that on YouTube too. Thank you, Hyper. I really appreciate that. I forgot that you can do that. You're the only person who has done that on my YouTube, so. Kimmy, what's up? How you doing? How was your raid, by the way, Hyper? I mean, how was your stream? We're doing some work on the game. I'm trying to figure out some performance stuff, and then I'm going to make a really giant creature. Because I love just making really huge creatures. But we've been trying to figure out what's causing all of these primitives to be drawn, and it looks like it's purely our water. And honestly, I'm going to do like 50 and 25. Does this even look that bad? Doing it like this? I might have to restart the game. We'll see. But this should reduce our and we can reduce draw calls by just making our building components better. Good stream, thank you. Hey, Zeth! What is up, man? It is good to see you. Congrats on getting married, dude. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, I got married like 5 days ago. But we did, because it's February and we live in Finland, there wasn't really a reason to do a longer, like honeymoon sort of deal. So we did like just a really short one, and then maybe this summer we'll do something. So it's kind of funny. It's like I get married and then I'm back to streaming like 5 days later. Congrats on your matrimony. Thank you, Kimmy. And Hyper, congrats. Appreciate you. By the way, Zeth, good to see you again. I was just thinking about you. I think because I watched one of your videos recently or something. I was just thinking about you. I was like, oh, I should hit up Zeth again. Honeymoon is every day. Yep. By the way, Zeth, I don't know if you've seen my game recently. Oh, I forgot to bring back my grass. Proton scattered grass. Okay, there we go. So as usual, I've started an entirely new project. But this one, I think, is the one. I actually do think this is the one. It's going to be, it's a survival-ish, but also, ooh, yeah, the water looks fine, even with lower polygon count. That's totally fine. And that brings our primitives way down, so we're way more performant here. We're still crazy on the draw calls, but we can optimize that. Anyway, Rust like one, yes, or at least the build system is, but it's less, yeah, like the build system that I've made is based off of Rust, basically. But this one is more about working with the forest, almost puzzle game-like, to gather resources, and in some ways almost automation game-like, because you're trying to work with the creatures of the forest to progress through the level to get to like the final zone. So you're kind of building out the forest, giving the forest light. That's one thing. So doing a lot of like building in the forest to try to light it up so then you can see, but then also so you can progress to new areas. Because let's say there's an area that there's a bunch of boulders in front of and you can't move them. This rock golem guy, he can move them for you. He's really good at that. So you just got to make sure that you're friends with him. Oh, there he goes. But yeah, so a lot of trying to, you know, make the forest work for you, and you have to do that by working for the forest. There's also these types of creatures which are kind of evil, but you can still work with them. They're more annoying than anything, these rat guys. But they will kind of mess with you until you figure out how to kind of tame them and work with them. Love the wand, looks super fun to use. I literally sometimes just sit here and do this because it's just fun. I like this. How long have you been building this game? This one for a few weeks, but that's a little bit misleading because I've pulled over this build system here that I made, this inventory system, and like even the placeable system. Like we have, let's say, like this wall lantern. I'd already set up a lot of these things in a previous project. So it's a couple weeks on this version of it, but I'm pulling over a lot of stuff from my previous project. So you had me at giant creature. Shibby, we will begin on that soon. When I'm saying giant in this game, I mean giant. You see these mountains. I don't know how easy it is to see because it is pretty dark here. Which is kind of the point, like the forest is supposed to be dark, but I need to find a really good balance of still being able to see, but still needing to light up the forest. Like, because that's a big part of the whole game. Hyper, were you working on... You do the game jams all the time, right? Like once a month or something? I still have never participated in a game jam. Zeth has participated in many. Which, by the way, if you haven't checked out MZeth or Zeth on YouTube, you should go check him out because it's really good YouTube content, first of all. I'm always extremely impressed by the editing skills. And extremely good game art. Like, I love your game art, Zeth. Let me pull up your channel so I can throw it in the chats. But, like, just really, really cool visual style. I'll post that in the Twitch chat and in the YouTube chat. That's the YouTube channel there. Every other month. Okay, nice. Next one starts in a few days. Oh, dang. Someday I want to do one, but I'm always like focused on my own games. And then I never quite know what my schedule's like. So, I mean, I could always just sign up and then if I'm unable to do it, then that's just how it is. But, all right. This is what we are doing. We are going to, by the way, let me know if my mic is clipping because my streaming software seems to think that I'm just like far in the red when it comes to the decibel levels. One thing I could check, I wonder if this is it. Audio, mic. Okay. I don't know if that did that. Mic aux. It's a little peaky. Audio stuff is a whole thing. I had to watch a video to get mine right. Okay. Shibby says loud and clear. I wonder, because I had to update my Streamlabs, and I'm wondering if it's just... Let's see. Properties. Device. Line, Yamaha. I'm going to do a quick test and see what happens. Test, test, test. Test, test. Okay. I assume right now you can hear me. It's just very clippy, right? Could hear that, but I prefer what you had before. Yeah, this is the clippy one, but it's okay. Okay. Why is it just not picking up my actual mic? This is good. Yeah, it'll work. I want my actual mic if I can. It says line Yamaha. Okay, that's desktop audio. Mic aux. Tech issue, not a mic settings. Yeah. Enabling monitoring sends the audio through the desktop audio channel. Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna test. Okay, that sounds like that. Okay, testing. Does this sound at all? Okay, can you hear me now when I'm just testing the audio? Because it seems like that might be the thing. Okay. So if I'm testing the audio, it goes into the desktop audio, which then it picks up. But for some reason, it's quiet but clean. Yeah. I can do... What can I do? Sound mixer options. Oh. Boom. Okay. Now, this is default. I go to here. Is this is this working at all? Okay, I'm going back to testing. Okay, here's audio again, but when it's pulling default, it's just going to line Yamaha. Okay. Audio monitoring device. Okay. Auxiliary device. Okay, we've set all of those things. Source settings, they're all there. Okay, I'm in testing mode again. So right now I'm currently in testing mode. Can you hear my voice twice in some way? Okay, that you had said sounds good before I started, I think. But do you hear a double effect? I guess I can always jump over to my stream and just see. Nothing better than just a testing stream, an audio debugging stream. No double. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm going to stop testing it. No longer testing it. I'm going to go to my Twitch and just see. Ah, okay. Just see. Ah, this sounds good. Nice. All right, we're done. Oh. Streamlabs just basically reset all of my stuff because I updated it. This sounds good. All right, thank you for bearing with me on this annoying journey of audio debugging. Now we shouldn't be clipping. Audio on the desktop still seems like it's working. That's good. And we can now start doing some Blender work. Because what we want to do is make a gigantic creature. Very similar to the rock golem. But just way huger. Way huger. Modifiers, let's throw a mirror. Okay. Turn on clipping for now. So we are going to do some real, some big time modeling here. Okay, what do we have? We got creatures, rock golem, grass creature. Is this in the right project? Yeah. Assets, 3D, creatures. Yes. We're going to call this Mountain Giant. I want to get fairly creative with the look on this guy, because he's going to look like a mountain in many ways. My vision for this, if I jump over to the game, I like how long it's taking to import an empty scene. Okay. This is what we have going on. Let me get that performance thing out of the way. Well, actually, let's see. Primitives. All right, we're still in the 500,000 range, which is not amazing, but we can work on that later. Basically, there is going to be a huge creature looming over one of these mountains that you might not even notice is not a mountain. And then, every once in a while, an asteroid is going to come in from the sky, burning its way in. And he is going to catch it and probably eat it or something. Basically, slow motion, reaching up, grabbing it, eating it. And while he does that, most of the creatures, I think, are just going to stop and watch. Like, this guy's just going to stop wherever he is and look up at whatever's going on. That's the general vision. Just a nice little detail in the background. One thing is, it is really dark still. And I'm wondering if I can do... If I go to Sky 3D, we have ambient light. What is it? Lighting. We have exposure moon energy. That's at 1. Okay. We could do like 0.5 maybe. Let's see how this is. If we do light it up just a bit. That still makes it like dark, but dark in the shadows, because that's only the directional light that's doing that. Let's load the game. Once you have some light in there, that's pretty nice. If we just boost the exposure, maybe? Really like how you express your creativity in these cinematic ways. I think that's kind of the... In some ways, it's like the only thing I'm really naturally good at, I think, is that kind of thing. The other stuff I've had to kind of work on, but I've always had... I just like coming up with cinematic ideas. Then it's hard to find reasons to piece them together into a story or a game. That's the thing. Okay, the exposure does help a bit, but it also makes everything a little flatter. We also still have the moon energy higher, so if I just drop that, then the exposure's not quite as intense. I think that's good. Okay. All right, so that's what we got. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go refill on my mostly flat Pepsi Max. Okay. All right. Let's think about this. Design-wise. I'm going to do some extremely generalized shape designing here. Fair. It seems like it will be fun even without a lot of story or cohesion, just an endearing sandbox. Objectives are important, of course. Yeah, and I think actually this game kind of lends itself to the type of storytelling I can do, because a lot of it has a lot of just the sandboxy feel, you know, like you're saying, which is good because then people kind of create their own stories. I'm good at making stories, I think, story and lore and cinematic moments, but the gameplay to connect everything is actually a little more difficult. So it's having a sandbox allows for the gameplay to be not as like important to the story, even though it is like it's still connected, but it's more like people can also create their own, they can customize the story in a way or something. And the gameplay elements are pretty simple. It's like you just build your house and make it look good. You interact with the creatures. That's going to be a technical challenge because there's going to be tons of creature interactions, tons of creatures. But like half of the story is just you building your own home and decorating it, which means I'll need to do a lot more building components and a lot more decorations. Every decoration and every building component will have a purpose in some way. Even if a lot of the decorations have the same purpose as each other, they will all have some purpose. So for this creature, how do I do this where I can, like, I just want to be able to, like, nope, like draw lines without having to use the line tool. Whatever, we will use the line tool. Or actually, we'll just use this and call it good. I'm thinking maybe his head is like literally a mountain. With like snow on top. And maybe he's a little bit more squat like this. And, you know, the other mountains are around, blah, blah, blah. You don't really see him, but then he, like, stands up. But he has to have arms, too. So, or I just make him more craggy. Something like... Okay, his eyes are... I was trying to do something there that's not going to work. Yeah, I think we just freehand this. See what happens. Trying to draw it out, I don't know. Sounds like there's a balance you'll discover as you go. Yeah, and I'm thinking, in general, gameplay-wise... At first I was thinking just procedural open map, but now I'm thinking more like something like this. Where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe something like this. Where, this is like a mountain. It's kind of hard to see this here. Let me do this in like red. So if these are the elevation, you know, maps or markings on the map, then like levels or zone 6 is the tip of the mountain. You start out in zone 1, which is a really big zone. You kind of tame it. You get to know the creatures, and then you can unlock zone 2. Zone 3, 4, 5, 6, and you like are ascending the mountain as you go, building your village, your home, as you go as well. Something like that. That's a possibility. Instead of doing like full procedural empty map where you just like explore endlessly, and more kind of zones, goes by zone and hones in on like the final area. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Okay. Let's grab let's see here. Let's just do the body first. What am I thinking for this guy? We're just going to scale them up a bunch. But otherwise, he's going to have a vaguely humanoid form. Actually, let's do this. We're going to go to our Where is it? 3D. References. We need our basic reference, or we need a basic reference. Let's see how this one is. Okay, this is good enough. Oh, we need to be in object mode. We're just gonna kind of box model this out. Y actually. Go back there. I'm gonna do a shift duplicate. Then, whoops. Y. Rotate 90. Oops. Why is that not? How do I make sure it doesn't cull the that? Nice. So we can now, oops, we'll do this one. Move it forward to about there. Then we can go here. That's about there. Nice. Show in perspective. We should do that for this as well. Okay, nice. I just want to be able to see them. Okay. We're going to model just the basics off of the this. Can we please? There we go. Edit mode. Okay, let's do some box modeling. Now this does not need to be perfect because this is a rock golem kind of creature. Z, we'll move that up. X, okay. Let's do a quick snap to grid. Okay. We can also do this. Let's do, go to our modifiers. Let's turn off clipping. We're going to do an extrude down to there. Another extrude down to about there. We can do these. Here we can do a GX, move that out, GX, move that in. Okay, And then we can box model out these legs. These do not need to be perfectly round. First of all, they're not going to be seen that much. Man, I love Blender. I forgot how much I do doing this kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to move this up. Just some general shapes here. The feet aren't even ever going to be visible. The legs are only barely going to be visible. Okay, now we can go to this side and start doing this stuff. Nope, GY. Okay, GY, GY. Just start pulling this model in a bit. It can be blocky because he is made of rock, so it makes sense to be blocky. I don't know what just happened there, but... Oh, rendered. Okay. Ah, that's kind of cool. Material preview. Oh, for some reason I never use that. I always go up to like here to do it. Between solid and wireframe I always do it, but I never think to like do that. My goodness. How long have I been using Blender? But that's because I never really properly learned. I just do things until eventually every once in a while I learn random things and then, oh, I did it again. Okay. Let's just do this. Okay. Now this is going to be a giant, so do I want to make it all one mesh? It's not all one mesh on the rock golem. But really what I need is just... He doesn't need to be as bouldery. He just needs a really cool looking head, I think. This guy. Which I might do a separate mesh for that, just to keep things simple. Okay, so let's do this then. Okay. Perfect. These arms are clearly perfectly sized. Nothing needs to change here. Okay, we're gonna grab all of these. GY, gonna pull them back. GY, pull that in. . think this needs to also move in a bit. We'll see. Lunchbox, what's up? How you doing? Sounds like proper enough learning to me. Yeah, you just do. I just do things. And then sometimes it works out. That's all you need, though. Okay, this luckily is a rock creature, so it does not need... Whoops. Okay. I don't know what I did there. Okay. GY, okay. But yeah, this does not need to look good, and also it's from a distance. I could also just merge these vertices like I normally do. I think that's maybe not a bad idea. Yeah. We can always attach different jagged features to this guy. It's a lot of unnecessary geometry. Maybe we do a quick knife tool here. Do a quick move in on that. Grab these, GY. These, GY. Okay, there is a neck. We now have a neck. The hand we will do separately. Feet we can do just like the simplest. Like I said, you're really not gonna see the feet, but perfect. Okay, there's something there at least. These are the hands currently. We'll do something with them. But first, object mode. Shift A, cube. Head. Okay. Add a modifier, we're going to do another mirror. And here, oh, we need to go to wireframe. Okay. He's going to have a weirdly sort of mountain-shaped or craggy-shaped, craggy-featured head. How do we want to do this? This is kind of like the rock golem has on his face. Got that brow line. We could do... How am I envisioning this? Okay. Everything needs scaled down slightly. Oh, okay. GX, we're gonna go there. We're gonna do clipping. GX, nice. Okay. Kind of looks a little bit too thin. No, I'm not really a big fan of this shape. Aggro cragheads, yes. We got an ad starting in 2 minutes, just a heads up. Unless I just use the rock golem model and just do a giant version of him, but I don't really want to do that. This is what we're doing. Shift A, cube, GZ, bring it up. We're doing a much more boxy head. Okay. Oops. A, G. Do I do a crazy head shape? Maybe not. think we need a kind of a low-hanging jaw. A little bit more like that. Man, this is surprisingly hard. The rock golem didn't seem that hard. Okay, we do need the hand. Nope. GY. Bring that back. Grab these. Okay. That's something at least. We can do a GY on these. Still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do the animating of the fingers. I don't really want to have to do that all that crazily. What if I just edit mode, copy this, go into here, into edit mode. Can I just paste? I don't know if I can. Okay, let's at least try to, I don't know, let's do this. We are going to go to our scenes. We're going to do a folder called Mountain Giant. We're going to do a new scene. Just a node or a 3D scene. Mountain Giant. Because this does not need to move. And then we can go to our assets. Creatures, Mountain Giant, instantiate. Whoops. Let's do editable children, save that. With this thing, we should also probably do save the mesh. For now, we don't care. Okay. Okay. In our forest.
Transform. Height. Position. Okay. Oh, nope, that was the wrong one. Okay. Now, Mountain Giant. Scale. Or actually, this. I guess. Okay, almost. We just need to do more like 100. There we go. Look at that. Okay, let's see how it looks just in this on the screen. Every time I listen to these, I get so inspired. Stuck at work. Yep. Okay. Oh, you can just barely see him over there. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's something here. We do need him to look better still. I just don't really know. Man, I am tempted to just drop a rock golem instead. Let's create a folder. Giant rock golem. Instantiate that. Editable children. We're going to go. Because maybe it does just work better to just have it be. Okay. That is way too big. We're going to go ahead and drop that down to 50. Still giant. Let's do 25. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I think just making him a giant. Good luck with the golem. It's looking good. Slap, thanks for being you, and congrats again, marriage-wise. I'm going to go sleep. All right. Well, thank you once again for the raid, Hyper. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Good to see you again. It's good to be back to streaming. And sleep well. Yeah. Enjoy. Yeah, I think we just use this guy again. We just make him huge. What does idle actually do? All right. So we could do something like by the way, some stuff we will be changing systems wise. YouTube buy it? Yeah, take it easy. Because my brother Jamin has been talking a lot about using static classes, basically, instead of doing a ton of inheritance and doing instances. So things like placeables and stuff, maybe I don't need to have it be like equipables, placeables, and then like keep extending that further down the line. We could just do static classes that give us helper methods to do the things that we want to with certain types of classes. Anyway, that's something we will think about later. We're going to do this. Okay. He is idling right now. The other one up there is still pretty sick. It's pretty cool, I think, but... but also kind of unnecessary. This thing, one thing I should do. What did I just... Timescale, there we go, 0.01. Yeah, that's fine. This would make things easier because then I can also just do different animations on the same model. Yeah, I think so. Okay, we're gonna go to forest. Delete that. Open up Rock Golem. Create a new action called Giant Catch Meteor. Manual frame range, we're going to do like 500, I guess. Now, how do we want this? Just to look up and then like reach up. Catch it, or should he just punch it? We're gonna do a punch. We're gonna do 2,000. Seki, I don't know how to say her name, but hey, how's it going? Okay, so we've got this much time. Let me think of how to time this out. So he like looks up, sees it, turns, winds up, throws a punch, boom, and then just kind of turns back to where he was. I think that's good. Even that is a little bit too fast, so we'll punch that out to about 100. Just gonna look up. Yep, perfect. Okay, so okay. Nope. Oh, that's weird. Copy that. We're going to just delete these. And we're going to paste that. There's I. This will be on frame 100. Do that. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. So he's looking up. He's seeing it. Okay, about right here. Looks up. Okay, that's A little bit too much. He should probably still be like that. Okay, that's not bad. As he kind of straightens out. Then about right here. Okay. Thinking about this. Boom. Okay, we go to here. It's kind of winding up. Okay, and then we'll just have to play with the timing of this, but okay, so it's here, overhand. Okay. Okay, there's like this little pause here. Okay, my wife is heading home, so I may I can't stream too much longer. Okay. It's not horrible. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's rough. Like stops here and then goes down. That's where we need to make sure we have not too much of that. Not too much like pausing and stuff. Copy that. We're going to go here. Boom. What in the... It's this. Needs to be more like that. Boom. Think if everything just happens a little faster. Boom. Okay, that's just kind of too slow. So, boom. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Okay, let's bring this back over here. Nope. What we need to do is go back to 0. Copy this, go to like 550. Paste, I, and then let's see how this resets. All right. That's not bad. Boom. Okay. I think if we go here. And then we just bring that in even more. Bring this in even more. Bring all of these in a little more. Then we can get our timing a little better. Catch you later, dude. Hey, take it easy, Lunchbox. Good to see you, man. Boom. Okay. Manual frame range, we're going to do... this at about 550. Let's see how that looks on the reset. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna do let's look how this looks on the giant rock golem. If I do giant punch meteor. We're just going to do it this way. Okay, let's see what happens when we look up at the sky. Boom. Okay. All right. That's pretty sick. One thing. Let's make him bigger. We want him huge. I think that's just a thing we need. Okay, but we also need him maybe more over here. Okay. Sick. Now he looks back up. He's gonna do it again. Okay. Pretty sick. The only thing is maybe we move him back. Grab this mountain. Delete. Or, actually, wait. Scale. 13. Maybe a lot of these. Now, what I think is he'll probably go from caving to that. Boom. He needs to hit it. Okay, let's look at this again. Oh. My wife's home. Be right back. Okay, so I think this head is it moving there? No, it's just that it starts. This part here starts to turn. That's kind of fine. What's up?
Hi.
Okay, this is what we're working on, the giant mountain guy. If I go, let me, I kind of want to change this. Here, maybe that'll look good. Yeah. So this is what's going to happen is you're going to have a big meteor coming. This guy is going to be a huge version of the rock golem guy. He winds up. I need to get this dialed though. Swings and punches. I was going to have him catch it, but I don't know if it'll work to have him because I don't have hands on this guy.
I mean, you can just have it hit it and then it like breaks or something.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep. Okay. Do you want to see it in action? So you can see the mountains are like
whoa,
he's huge.
okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now I don't have sound effects with it yet,
Yeah.
but if I load game here, there he is. You can see him up there. Right now I just have him swinging. There's no asteroid yet. Boom. So I need to time it because it's a little bit. It's not like the smoothest, but still, it's just sick having. Yeah, just having this huge
You're so
dude.
fast at making all these things.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I mean, I don't do detail, so
But still.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just needs to be like a little more smooth.
Will it swing the other way also sometimes?
Maybe I could probably do that pretty easily. Now I just need to figure out something for the asteroid. And I think he needs to sit there where you don't even really notice him unless you look up and are like really studying the mountains and stuff. I think I'll have him. So you know how this guy like will go into his cave mode like he just did. Now he's getting out. I think what I'll do is have him in a cave mode, and then every once in a while he does that. He's not going to do it all the time. Like,
on the back so it looks like a mountain.
ooh, actually that's not a bad idea. Like maybe some of even these, some trees or something, and add some like dirt. Maybe just add some of these mountains, just like
Then
smaller
it'll
forms.
blend
Yeah. Yep.
in. When it gets up, there can be like,
Big shaking,
yeah, and just stuff
sound effects. Oh yeah, stuff falling off.
like pieces of rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that in the Finnish folklore, that dude that's sleeping, it's a mountain dude that
Mm-hmm.
sleeps, and then if you wake him up, it's really scary.
What was his name?
I have to remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what he is. He's like chilling until one of these asteroids
Like
comes.
it's always like sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it's giant, and he didn't want it to move, and it has like moss and trees growing up.
Yeah. 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 I think that works for this. Like big. Well, this guy's literally going to have mountains on him.
Yeah.
Um,
Because then when it goes into that,
mhm.
like I don't know, what do you call that? Like
Like-
when it's like just sitting,
Right. Oh, cave mode or yeah.
then it's like blends into the
Yeah. Yeah. Then you won't even really notice him unless you're
until
looking
it
close.
randomly just all the mountains start moving.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Okay. So this, it's like
The thing I'm thinking that kind of looks like it is stretching.
yeah, which I'm kind of
Just like,
fine with
okay,
that. I'm fine
okay.
with that because most of halfway, like half of him, you're not really going to see much anyway.
Yeah.
I could do it where it's like these are hard shapes because right now it's the animation bones are treating them as if it was like a human body, so things do stretch. But I have animated like a robot before where everything's metal and nothing's supposed to stretch, and there is ways I can do that. You just make it so
I
it
think that
doesn't
would be
deform.
Cool, 'cause then so that it doesn't lose. It's like a rock.
Yeah. I think I would maybe have to do
Even just if you did like this part,
yeah.
if you made that like so it doesn't stretch,
It could.
then it's like
Let me see here. I have torso.
that.
I have torso. Let me see if there's a way to do that easily.
It looks really cool. Good job.
Yeah. Okay, I turned off deform. Oh, weird. I did that on the wrong one. This one, I guess. We'll see what happens if I turn off deform. No, that's still deforming for sure. Yeah, I don't know. But there might be a way of doing it. Or I mean, I know there is a way. I would just need to figure out how I want to do it with this specifically. Mm-hmm.
Not super important.
Yeah. Let me think here. There's something a little bit wonky with this too. Hey, Team LDM, what's up, man? Bone roll? Not sure what you mean by that. It does look a little bit like wonky. Like there's a couple pauses in there. Boom. Let's see here. It's all because of he bends slightly.
Yeah.
I think what I might do is instead of
Do they have to be stuck on like, I don't know, like would it just, if it like kind of like just moved as
all as one instead of
instead of like having it, the contact here.
oh. I could literally rotate the whole thing because there's this weird point where he starts rotating there. And this is like, let me try this. I'm going to copy this, go over to here, paste it, which will make it wonky. But then I'm going to go up here, rotate it. And then we can move that a little bit. Okay, so it might just be, I just need to time it better. Thought you were trying to mitigate the torso deformation. Yeah, okay, so bone roll might do that. Must be a setting in here. Bendy bones. Could be the torso's weight painting as well. Yeah, that's true. Bot Red, hey, what's up in the YouTube chat? How's it going, man? Yeah, I think this is mostly a timing thing now. It just needs to be a smoother. Okay, so it goes like, slows down there. There we go. Yeah. I think that's actually pretty good. Yeah. There is still a little bit too much wind up. Yeah. Yeah, the stretching is going to be there for now. I can try to fix it later, but also since you don't really see the bottom half, it's
Does he have to go like so much? Like, does he have to turn so
Not-
much? Like,
not necessarily. Okay, this just bends like that. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I could also do this. Just so there's a little bit of rotation here. That might help lead into it. Yeah. That's pretty smooth. There is still like a slight, like almost pause there.
but that's kind of cool because it's like it's heavy.
Yeah.
So it's like
He is slow moving. Yeah. Team LDM says, how's Finland been treating you? Very good. I am loving Finland. No, it's been great. I've settled in pretty much fully. Like, I'm very used to being here, very used to the way of life now. And yeah, it's just been good. LDM, have you seen this recent project? Biggest culture shock? Only kind of good culture shocks. Mostly the thing that I notice is that I talk a lot. Because Finns do not talk a lot. But I'm so used to needing to just fill whatever any silence there is as an American. Haven't tuned in for a while. Okay. All right, so here he is. Here's the swing. Okay, that looks actually pretty sweet. It won't take too much longer. So we've got a kind of a survival, but not really survival. It's more of like a taking care of the forest game. There's a lot of creatures that will be in the forest. You build your base, you build your house. This guy right now, I just have him on a loop punching. But basically there's gonna be asteroids every once in a while that come in, and then he's gonna swing and punch and make sure that they don't destroy everything. We've got a smaller rock golem here. We've got rats somewhere. Yeah, here's our rats. These little dark rat boys. But there's going to be just tons of creatures in the forest that you kind of take care of, work with, use as almost like automation to gather resources and build your stuff. Botred asks, are you married? Just got married about like 5 days ago. What was it? Yeah, something like that. Yep. Druid Simulator. Kinda, yeah, actually. That's really good. And yes, Botred, we are working on the same game. But yeah, just going heavy on the vibes and then working with the forest. So yeah, Druid Simulator is actually a pretty good call. But you build your house. I want to make it so you're decorating a lot. You know, I've got some systems in place for like placing items, and you know, we've got crafting, placeables, which I kind of need to rework the system. We have like crafting bench where you can build things. We have inventories where you can store things. You know, basic crafting tab for your simple stuff, and you kind of just learn how to. Oh, this guy's just walking straight through. Learn how to live in the forest and then unlock other zones. Oh wow, yeah, I forgot that guy was there. But yeah, and then just have a chill time in the forest. Ooh, that bounced and hit his crystals. I love how the crystals light up. Boom. Oh, even that one lights up. That's because they're all using the same material, and I'm tweening the whole material. So anything with that crystal color on it does this. I'll need to fix that at some point, but it is cool. Overarching objective, yeah, so you unlock different zones and you're going to be kind of ascending a giant mountain. I'm thinking maybe like 5 zones. What?
That way.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. This is just a little loft that I've built.
That's really cute.
Yeah. I need to add more stuff into the game, though, because right now you can't decorate, really. Looking great, though. The massive golem in the sky is a vibe. Yeah, that's like #1 priority, is just making it as vibey as possible and cozy. Botred says, wish you have the best marriage life. Thank you, Botred. Appreciate it. This guy just punching on a loop is pretty great. But, of course, what I'm going to have it do is maybe like every, I don't know, 10 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that range, he'll get up and do something like that. Either punch an asteroid, or maybe there's something else he does. He will be involved in the story a little bit, the really big one, but it will be more like late game. Because what I want is for there to be a mountain that you're ascending up, and you're unlocking different zones where you're kind of taming the forest. And to be able to unlock different zones, you have to tame a certain portion of the forest, of the zone that you're in, basically. But you also don't have to do that. You can also just like build your house, decorate, do whatever you want. So there is a story, but you don't have to really do it, as far as what I'm thinking right now. But I do need to add some more, a lot more on the building side, so then we can do a lot more customization. And I need to figure out a better way of doing placeables. Like, I want you to be able to kind of be able to have an easier time placing, because there's weird little glitchy things like that. But I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. But we will see. So far, I'm pretty happy with that. Yes. That'd be amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Now, cozy gaming. Yes, very much so. Vibe gaming. I want it to just look and feel and sound nice. And you're working with the creatures. So like the creatures, this rock golem's gonna help you, you know, get into the next zone somehow. The rats are going to be mostly annoying you, and you're either trying to keep them away or turn them into friendly rats instead of evil rats. And there's going to be a ton more creatures. I just need to make a bunch more. Right now with the rats, you can kind of like keep them away with a light wand, or you can build one of those crystals over there, and that will just kind of create a zone that they don't enter. This light wand is like my favorite because you can also like turn off lights with it. Anything that is a toggleable light. Even like the fireplace. Oops. Yeah. Which is just kind of fun. We don't really have too many more tools at this point. We have just the basic torch, but... Oh, there's some weird stuff with my outline shader, where the outline shader gets projected onto my water. So we'll have to figure out what we're doing with the outline shader. Because that will not suffice. Or we just do a different water shader. I'm not really sure. I still have just so many primitives on screen. So many draw calls because I have not been trying to optimize this. I just love this light wand. Okay, now what I can do is make effects and projectiles. Let's do a new folder. We're gonna do meteor. Create new scene. Yeah. Trying to think if this should be a Node 3D or if it should be some sort of physics body. I think Node 3D is fine. Okay, meteor. One thing I'm going to do, we're going to go to our fire pit. Let's see here. Turn down my music. It's a little bit loud. What's the plan with meteors? They're just part of that giant rock golem, like the background. So meteors are kind of coming in, and really it's mostly just kind of a set piece, like just something cool that happens. I want a lot of that, where there's just random crazy things happening around that just fill it with vibes. So the meteor is going to what do we got here? Oh, we just have a lot of these. I can probably fix that fairly easily, but basically the meteor is going to be, yeah, just a background thing that happens. Okay, I'm gonna grab heat, smoke, and sparks. Copy. Paste. We're going to go here. We're going to do, on our process, we're going to do make unique. Smoke. Make unique. Sparks. Oh, we need to do this for all of them. For the draw passes as well, I think. Make unique. Nope. Wait, what is that? Does make unique recursive also do the material? I do not know. But we are going to just do this manually for now. Okay, so we have that. Now, all of these have some sort of motion going up. Okay, smoke. We're gonna do the same thing in our process material. Spawn, velocity. We just do 0 and 0. And on sparks, okay. Now we have that. How do I do this? Maybe I do a character body 3D. Whoops. Throw a collision shape on that. Okay. Take all of these. Transform. We're going to do like 30 on the scale. Nope, that does not work. Because all of these materials need to be scaled way up. Can I just do scale here and call it good? No. It also gives me a warning on doing that. So for this, we can just go to the let's do like 10. And 5. Nice. Smoke. 15. 7.5. Or let's just do 14 and 7. Sparks. Let's go back to our fire pit. Okay, that's still good. Sparks, the material. Right now it's 0.4. One and 0.5. And then on smoke, we can do on our spawn, we can actually do like 5. Why is my heat? Okay, heat is there. It's just there's some weird rendering stuff. Using spheres for those particles, yes. I know it's not actually what I want, because these are literally just flat, unshaded. So there's no need to use spheres. It's just because I'm lazy right now. We also have like, yeah, radial segments. Like there's just no reason to use. I could. What do? You do a like some sort of alpha thingy. Can always optimize with quads plus texture later. Yeah, that's what I would do. At some point, you just have like a circle on a quad in the circle, or the yeah, circle shape is what actually shows the material. Would it then need to be like a shader material then? But I definitely need to do that because I've got all of these. Like this is, I'm sure, way too expensive. That's probably why I have so many primitives on screen. Let me try something like 16 and 8. How does that look? What happens if I just go like 8 and 4? We'll do 16 and 8 for now. Because that still looks like a... Yeah, like this. There's just no need for that. This will at least make it slightly more performant for now. Just set the relevant transparency stuff in the standard material. Okay. Albedo texture to an alpha mask texture of a circle with transparency set. Okay. So the circle has, like the actual mask texture is a circle, filled in circle, and then it has transparency around it. Like I just go on to, you know, an image editor and then make a transparent background with a circle in it, and it can grab that. Okay. Okay, meteor. Heat, smoke. I should just do that, but I'll just have to do it a bit later because I don't have a ton of time on this. This I can do like 8 and 4. Yeah, because this is also going to be so far away. I'm going to do a... I guess that, something like that. Let's do 100. Physics process, we're going to do velocity equals speed times dir, move and slide. So let's just throw this in here. And see how it looks. Meteor. If I go into local coordinates, then I can make it go that way. And then we just need to look up and see, make sure that it's working. Okay. Well, that looks horrible. First of all, let's go like this. We can do the heat first, smoke, like behind it, sparks, behind that, I guess. See how that looks. Then I need an actual, like, shape of it. Okay, there's still weirdness there. Oh, it's also not pointed in the right direction. 000, smoke. So we could just do something like should already be doing that though. We're doing vector 3.forward. All right. There is something. Particle process material should give the illusion of existing movement, like set your smoke fire particles to emit backwards at some velocity rather than relying on the actual 3D movement. Ooh, good call. So, heat. We already have the velocity here. Let's do like 3. And then direction is going to be -1. Yeah. Let's do like 5. That's a good call though. 5, -1. I might need a lot more than that. We'll see. I'm not really sure. -1. These ones are kind of already also going up. I changed the lifetime on some of them too. So that's a lot shorter. So let's do let's go back to 1 second. And then let's just do like 10. Let's do like 15. At least on that one and see what happens. Direction plus Z. Would it be plus Z? Because this is the... Let's try that. Because I didn't really notice much, but maybe I also just didn't have enough. Then I might need to orient those differently too. And then scale curve as well on the heat. Display scale over velocity or just scale curve? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's sparks. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. And let's do it on heat. I was like, man, that just doesn't really do anything. Oh, 1 to 0 over lifetime. Ah. Oh, sick. Never knew about this. I don't know anything about particles. That's what I'm realizing. Okay, let's see how this looks. I'm just move these really far apart. Okay, they're still like right on top of each other, so I'm wondering. Is this supposed to be negative Z? We will see, but that does look way better. No, that is, you are correct, I think. That this should be positive. Oh, duh. That would also mean that these need to go back here. Why is it still like grouping them together? Like it seems like no matter how far away I move this, maybe it's just the speed. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we do really just need to do this. Like move that way back. Sparks. Okay. Ooh, thank you. All right, so we have... I have to restart it every time. Whoops. Actually, that might work to just reload. Okay, we have scale. I'm going to do smoke. We just got to make this material way bigger, I think. So we're going to do height 30, radius 15. And then we're going to grab both of these, move them even further back, just so the smoke doesn't collide with the sparks. Making the asteroid. Oh, they are now like out of alignment with each other. Interesting. So if I load game, it should respawn it, hopefully. Oh, no, it does not, because it is not a saved thing. Okay. Why does it seem like what if I go way out here? Then if I go to meteor, oh, weird. Okay. That's why. But then do I need to do... I'll just do negative deer here, I guess. I think that just cancels it out. Let me think. Okay, it has shot off in the wrong direction. We do this, maybe? We'll see. Smoke offset is throwing me off. Doesn't seem like you should need to do that for what you're trying to achieve. Yeah. Maybe it's just moving too fast, but you can see they go out of alignment. So maybe it's just the fact that I'm vector 3 dot forward, right? I'm doing this look at thing. I don't think I need to do that. Now I don't even see the smoke. Okay. No, this should be... Maybe this should be -1. Well, let me see how that looks. Nope, that's clearly wrong. It seems like the sparks and the smoke have fully disappeared. Oh, they're probably just off to the side somewhere. Yeah. Okay, if I just put them right there, what happens? And I was only really doing the smoke offset, so then they don't. Okay, so there's that. But see, notice how they're like not in a line. Like it's moving one way. It's like it's moving, trying to move that way or something. But that's probably, is vector 3 forward like... Is this local? Or is this global? That's global. Okay. Ah, I see. Yeah, you're right. So global basis.z. Okay, yeah. I've only been doing Godot for 2 years. How could I possibly be expected to know what basic vector stuff is? Negative. Yes, you are correct. Okay, now that works. Okay. It looks, of course, horrible, which means you are correct in that we don't need to do this at all. We could just do it like this as long as the rendering still shows up good. Because they are all unshaded. Yeah, like that's hiding the... Okay. Well, then what we can do is just grab these. Just drag them up, I guess. Then I think that should show up first. Okay. I forgot about that. We will be able to see that. Oh, duh. I can just do render priority. Smoke. Yep, render priority. Yeah. Okay. Where was that again? Was that on the material? Yes. So heat is... By the way, thank you, brother. And actually, on the smoke, we could do the same scale thing. Do you think it would work to do more like a more like that? That could be good. So like they grow on that. Okay, let's try that, but then let's also do this. Render priority. Which is better? Is higher? Okay. These are all set on 1, and that's because we had some weirdness that we had to do. So heat can be set on... Render priority 2. The other ones I don't care as much about. Or wait, no. Is that correct? Do we want this to be on 1 and smoke to be on like 2? Slight scale curve and then do alpha curve as well. No depth draw. I think we needed depth draw for some reason. Okay, that's actually pretty, I like that. That's pretty good. We could probably just do a little bit less of this speed. If that works, it's all good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good right there. I'm liking it. Sparks are kind of unnecessary because they're not even really showing up right now. But heat, we're doing that. Smoke, we can actually do even more on the curve. Let's do 0 to 1. Okay. Good. Smoke also can have a little bit of movement backwards. Okay, that's getting close. And then what else was I going to do? I can definitely just add a just a CSG sphere for now. Let's see how this looks. Curious how it looks with local chords enabled. Ooh, yeah, true. Okay. And then we can mess with the colors and stuff. Because we actually do want this to be a little bit more. Let me do that real quick. See how that looks with colors. I think yellow is a good... Oh, it needs to be more bright though, for sure. Because that's like... Okay, so we need this. Let me also double check. Okay, that did not mess up that. Perfect. I think that's good. Let's try local chords. Where was that? Okay, I'll do that on heat first. It looks like the other ones are just spewing out behind. That could work. I would just have to turn up the speed. Let's do like 50. Prevents the stuttering. Yep. That's a pretty good idea. Tip, what's up? Tip the Baker channel. I just came to say happy wedding, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll do 100. We'll do that. Yeah, it was a great wedding. It was sick. We got married in a like medieval church, which was awesome. Let's do local chords on this as well. Or maybe not on this. Maybe smoke should stay. That could work, I think. I think we just kind of also maybe get rid of the sparks, or we just turn this into or we just need to make this more like basically white, and then we do local chords on this as well. And then on our velocity, we can do like 120 and 80, I guess. So these will always be like that. And then we do 0 there. That's the other thing, is the heat can also be like 75 and 80. So it's just always. Smoke might be better still. Dreamcore wedding vibe? Yes. Okay, I'm liking that quite a bit. The smoke could also be local chords. We just need to make these more bright. So these are unshaded. Copy your world environment from your main scene to match colors. World environment from your main scene. good. What do you mean? Oh, to match color. Ah, I see. Thing is, I'm using. Well, I guess I could also look here. You can't do like emission on these, right? Whoops, wrong one. Heat. Do I have? No, there's none of that. Added an eye slider for luminance to easily increase glow, but you can still do it manually through the raw tab and the color select. Oh, okay. Well then. An eye slider to increase glow. Where is that? You said in the raw? Oh, to above 1.0. Okay. Oh, that's sick. So there is glow. Okay, so that made it a lot more green. So then what? Need 4.5. Ah, okay. For some reason, I just haven't upgraded. I cannot tell you why. Okay, that's more like high blue. Okay. Okay, that's still a fairly yellow. But then we need to always hop back and forth. See, I'm using Sky 3D, which is kind of annoying. I mean, I could just do Sky 3D in here. But then I would have to match. Oh, wait, no, I can just grab it from here. Copy. Okay. This will indeed be super annoying, but is that more or less green? I can't tell. And if I do like 0.5 here, okay, that's more green. 0.8, that's more yellow. Okay, so we kind of do need 1. And then here maybe we can do like 1.2. Here, 0.5, is that better? But I still want this to be like, okay, that's heavy on the green. Tutorial session, nice, yes. Set your base color, then just multiply raw values manually by your luminance value. Oh, so just do everything by the same. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So if I just find a good one like this, okay, that's 1. Let's just say that I do 2, 1.8, and 1. 1.8. And 1. That's basically just white. Oh, we have 2 Sky 3Ds here. That's why. Honestly, not bad. At that point, I might as well just have it white, but that at least that has... Whoops. Okay, we're going to delete that. Oh, I can just do it times. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's pretty good, though. How can I do this? This is way too... This is kind of way too much to do a Omni light, I think. Because I think what I want is... oh, there it is. Certainly is lighting things up. Where's he going? There he is. So I'd have to turn down... Do I want to cast shadows with that? Okay, first, let's do energy 250. Let's do this. More like that kind of light. We're going to do shadows. And then... volumetric fog energy. Low. Ooh. That's pretty sick. Boom. Okay. And then it will be punched out of the sky. Okay. Let's go back to our... Let's do like a 0.3 there. Let's go back to our music here. Lunar, what's up? Looks pretty sick. Yeah, that's getting there. Been a few days. How's it coming along? It's coming along pretty good. I'll show you. Now we will need to actually like align this. First of all, it needs to like kind of come from up here and be aiming down. I've been doing so much on my game. Thanks for the inspiration. Yeah, nice. Good job. We're all getting stuff done then. Here, I'm going to load so I can watch from here. Nice. Okay, so we just need to like make sure that it times it correctly. How long have you been working in Godot? Let me think. It's been about 2 years. Somewhat off and on, but okay, that's a little bit too close. Boom. All right. We don't need to have it like perfectly aligned yet, but and I could just tween to the fist where the fist ends up, but the big guy is basically just there to defend you from meteors and as a cool background thing. Okay, we need sound effects for that too at some point. Okay, nice. We will need some sort of explosion that happens when he does that. Let's do a bone attachment 3D. Wait, where is... Fist, right, okay. Okay. And actually what I'm going to do here is on... Maybe here I can do... equals speed negative global basis dot z. This is a static body, even though it's called... Okay, this needs a collision shape 3D. This is going to be a sphere shape, sure. Sure. Okay, let's see what happens here. Gonna get some nasty translation on the meteor if you set the hand attachment to the meteor target. Yeah. Node 3D marker at the animation's fist position. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Okay, nice. So that knocked it, but then it just did that, of course. So I could turn this into an actual physics body and apply an impulse instead. And then just align it. Just doing it for collisions, yeah. Let's try that actually. So, change type. Rigid body. But then at that point, I would need to take away the accelerations on these, but. rigid body 3D. We can do a okay. Deer times speed, something like that. This maybe needs like 700 or something. I guess we'll see. I never work with rigid bodies, but might fix those rotation. True, I could just do that too. Okay, that's just falling. We're gonna do 20,000. Do I want to do it like this? Do I make it so it doesn't have a... Oh, I can just, whoops. Do 0 on the gravity scale. That's kind of interesting. Why is it? Because it is pointed down. Maybe I need to point it more down. But I could also do like what you were saying, where I just do a look at instead. But that won't apply real like knocking physics. Okay, this guy needs to swing faster. Or that just needs to come from further away. Why does it seem like it's going up? Okay, let's go here. Okay. Fist location. Deer is local chords. Oh. Once again. Okay, I'm just going to put that there just because we will still kind of need this, I think. Let me go back to that. Okay. At least that is there, but you are correct. This needs to be negative global basis dot z. I don't know what I'm doing. But I do need to be done here pretty quick. We'll see. Okay. Nice. Okay, that looks pretty sweet. which means I just need to align it again. And actually what I can do is look at target golem.fist location. But vector, dot global position. Something like that. Then it should go to the right spot. And then we just need to time the yeah, I think that did go to the right spot. We just need to go here. Velocity direction divided by time. Find time from animation, get distance to fist location, and set velocity. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. The problem is now we need to... We need to, or just wing it, don't matter. No, I think that works. The only thing is I want, no, we don't actually need, do we need, yeah, okay, I do want this to be physical. Okay, so. Let's do that. We may need to speed this up slightly then. No. I don't know if that works, but we'll see. The problem is we're running into a static body that's attached to this, so it doesn't have any like actual velocity. But we could do something like this and then bounce like 1. I don't know. We'll see. Should be an area though, then you free meteor and spawn explosion. Yeah. I was wondering if I wanted to do where it just knocks the meteor off or if it explodes. Okay, now it's just falling way too much. Boom. Now it's bouncing and everything is going everywhere because it's bouncing so much. That's insane. We've got a party going on in the forest. This is great. This is exactly what we need. Just a rave through the trees. That is amazing. We definitely can't have the gravity then. But the bounce may still work. But yeah, we should just do the area like you're saying. I don't think... We don't need to make this real physics. But the bounce, maybe that'll help. Because it's running into at least in this moment. Perfect. That's amazing. Now we'll just do an explosion. That's what we'll do. Gonna head out. Take care, man. All right, take it easy, LDM. Good to see you again, brother. I also do need to bounce. So I should do that. Let me see if there's anyone on that I can raid. I can raid me, Magatron. That should work. But yeah, good to see you, LDM, as always. I appreciate you. And thank you to Hyper, of course, for the raid. Appreciate you. And also all the people in the Twitch chat. Lunar. There was a bunch more. Hyper, of course. Kimmy's. And to the people in the YouTube chat as well. Tip, Bot Red, Lunchbox, Pies, something, Shibby, and Zeth, of course. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, I will see you all later. I'm going to send you guys over on the raid now. Peace. And for those of you in the YouTube chat, hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye.